He's making a way. Okay, 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 okay. I'm out surrounding the stage. Never the time that I land.
Uno, dos, tres, and we're live. It's Capital Sage, and now that we're on the same page, welcome back to this week's episode of Sage's Vitamins, which is brought to you by me, our future sponsors, and God. Let's get it. I've been motivated to have a very insightful lesson for this week, and I want to share it with you, with Capital Sage. The lesson this week: the difference between being nice and seeking validation. You know that's going to be dope. So basically, Capital Sage, I came up with this mantra, well, not mantra, thought process, I guess, throughout the week. Just like, what am I going to talk about for this week of Sage's Vitamins? And this is what came out. So the difference between being nice and seeking validation. What do I mean by this? Sometimes you could be motivated by what you think is a virtue when it's actually a insecurity. So you might think that, oh, Southern hospitality or something like that. I'm just a nice person. I just offer people, like, I'm hospitable and things like that. You could be like, I'm very agreeable at work and I am just a certain standard of nice or anything like that. But it could be seeking validation. The reason that I thought this was important to have on Sage's Vitamins with Capital Sage is because a lot of times what can stand in between you and your manifestations is not purified intentions. You might think that you're being nice. You might think that you are exuding certain things. You might think that you're on your square with how you relate to people, but it could actually be a cape for some bullshit. And I want to expose that bullshit that's under the cape because it'll help to hopefully help you manifest better. So the difference between being nice and seeking validation. Let me read what I wrote. This is a precautionary tale, one that can save you years of strife, and you heard it here with Capital Sage. It could sound like the topic is, are you nice or do you seek validation? Yet what I want to talk about is purifying intentions today and carrying it on past today with Capital Sage. So I have found that a large reason that certain things may not come to fruition is because the intentions are not purified. They're not exactly what you think that they are. And so I want to call attention to this and actually brainstorm with you, the Capital Light community, about what you think will be some good options of how to make sure that your intentions are purified and that they're on point and that you're actually doing what you say that you think you're doing. But it is important to realize that if you're having any blocks in your manifestations, if you're having any problems getting what you want, if you're having any problems connecting the way that you think that you should, one ion to another, if you're having any problems explaining your ideas with clarity, if you're having any problems getting it suave with your outfit is what I look right now, if you're having any problem, never mind. So it's Capital Sage, and now that we're on the same page, basically, because you think you're being nice, but you really want validation, you get resistance because the intention may not line up with what you're saying, and people can tell you're being fake with Capital Sage. So, for instance, if you help an old lady across the street, right? Like on the Wayans Brothers introduction, you helping an old lady across the street and you like, look at me, you know what I'm saying? I'm helping this old lady across the street. Do you think that deed really counts 1,000% in front of the Lord? Cause you just like, everybody look at me, I'm helping this lady across the street. No. But if you do it out of the kindness of your heart, like, let me help this old lady because she deserves it and because I'm here and I'm able, that's going to count more with God. And it might help you with your manifestations. As weird and utilizing God for purposeful manifestation as that sounds, with capital Sage. So now that we're on the same page, I want to discuss purifying purifying intentions. So leave it in the comments. What do you think about intentions matching up with what you think you're doing? Like perceptions matching up with intentions to make manifestations with capital Sage. And now that we're on the same page, that's what to know if we're talking about money. I'm happy to see you this week. Ready to see you next week. Let's talk about it in the comments and hit the cash out.
Would be dressed with the bang. You see, I can wear anything.